How's it going? Welcome to the channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you haven't, welcome for the first time. A little bit of a different video today. Not going to be opening any packs, so if that's what you're here for, feel free to leave. I won't feel disrespected. I'll understand. Have a good day. See you in the next video. For those of you who might find this interesting, it's something I've done like 3 videos on before, but something I enjoy doing since I only come back into the Pokemon TCG 2023, I want to say, maybe 2020, whenever Lost Origin and Silver Tempest come out. I'm not great at remembering years, but since I come back in, one thing I've enjoyed doing is looking back through the history of the TCG, educating myself on older sets, older cards, things like that. So I've done 3 of these Pokemon TCG history videos already. Should be a playlist there. The Poncho Pikachu promos, the original Team Rocket sets and Gold Star cards, and going with the theme of Journey Together, I do want to have a look back at the original Gym Heroes and Gym Challenge sets. So yeah, look, it's going to be a nice little quick video, just sharing some of the information I've learned about. If you guys already know all this stuff, great. If you don't, you might learn something with me. But yeah, it's just something I enjoy doing. I'm going to start doing it a bit more, maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. So if you enjoy it, great. If not, let me know in the comments and tell me to stop doing it. I might not stop doing it. If you enjoy it, tell me. I don't, whatever. Let's just jump in. So obviously there was Gym Heroes and Gym Challenge. These were both part of the original series back in the WotC Wizard of the Coast era. So yeah, let's have a quick look at Gym Heroes first. So, you know, August 2000. So just the year after the TCG started. So it's the 6th ever English set. As I said, it's part of the WotC era. The pack art, we had Misty, Brock, Erica and Lieutenant Surge. As we know, these are our trainer based sets. So the artwork, if you look how vintage it is, look how old it is. I don't know, there's just something about looking back at those packs. I wasn't opening packs at this point. I only opened a couple of base set packs. I was more into like the Topps stickers and Topps packs, and obviously played the games a lot and watched the anime, but I didn't open a whole lot of these packs when I was younger, so it's pretty cool looking back at vintage artwork on the packs. So obviously one of the main things about Gym Heroes was it was the introduction of Pokemon owners or Pokemon trainers. So as an example, we see Erica's Dragonair, very similar to what we're seeing today in Journey Together. The interesting thing about, or the interesting difference, is Gym Heroes and Gym Challenge, every card, even the commons and uncommons, had an owner. So it was all Erica's Pikachu or, you know, Brock's Geodude. Whereas in Journey Together, not all cards, not all the Pokemon have owners. So just an interesting difference. Obviously we can see that we've got the trainer there in the bottom, and I believe that someone in the background is the badge from their gym. So yeah, pretty cool. So the owners in this set, or the trainers in this set, is Erica, we've Rocket, we've Misty, Lieutenant Surge, Brock, Blaine, and Sabrina. One of the cool errors or adjustments, I guess, is, so this is Sabrina's Gaze. This is obviously the English version of the card. The Japanese version of the set came out first. I think it came out like a year or 2 before. And Sabrina's Gaze was in the Japanese set, but it had different artwork. But they changed it to this artwork because it was deemed more appropriate for children. When I show you the Japanese card, I initially didn't think it was too bad. Essentially, it could be perceived that Sabrina is showing one specific finger more than the rest. So they changed the artwork for the English one. I don't know. She's just holding the Master Ball. I don't know. It's funny. I don't think it's that bad. But yeah, they changed the artwork based on that. Some of the top cards in Gym Heroes was obviously Erica's Dragonair, Rocket Scyther. One thing I want to point out about vintage cards is the hollow pattern. Why are we not getting hollows like this today? Like, all right, my images don't show the hollow foil that well. Obviously, it's just an image, but why were the hollows back then so much cooler than what they are now? Blaine's Moltres, like I've seen these being opened in videos and stuff, and the hollow is so much cooler than what we have. Sabrina's Gengar, I'm pretty sure, is the top card from the set. Also, being a trainer set, Misty was a pretty popular card, and Erica as well. So then Gym Challenge, it was the set right after 7th ever English set, October 2000. Pack art again, we got Blaine, we got Giovanni, we got Sabrina, and we got Koga. Again, just vintage looking artwork, just so old school. I love looking at it. I'd love to open one someday. I don't know if the budget would ever allow me, or if I'd even be able to get near one, but I just love the look of the vintage. So again, the trainers are the owners in this set. There's the same 7 that I mentioned in Gym Heroes. However, we have 2 new additions this time. We have Koga and we have Giovanni. So a couple of cool cards from the set. Probably the best card from the set is Blaine's Charizard. Now, the first edition or first print, there was actually an error. The error was corrected in later prints, but if you manage to get your hands on the original, it's obviously a much more valuable card. For those of you who don't know what it is, I'll give you a couple of seconds to see if you can spot the error. Feel free to pause the video. But yeah, basically the error is they put fighting energy in the description. So the Roaring Flames attack, discard all fighting energies, which obviously it should be fire energies. Another error that's there is the E in that word energy should be a capital E. If you see the other energy words throughout the paragraph, they're all capital, so it's kind of a double whammy. And I believe in the later prints, they only corrected they changed the fighting energy to a fire energy. They never actually corrected the E, so yeah, that's pretty cool. Another, I'm not going to say this is a cool one because it's probably a good correction in the artwork. So similar to Sabrina's Gaze from Gym Heroes, this is the English version of Koga's Ninja Trick. The Japanese version came out before, and they had to change the artwork a little bit. So you'll see over on the left, there's a Ditto. I believe it's a Ditto, it looks like a Ditto, lying on like a blanket or a weird sofa or something. And just above it, there's like a little red circle symbol. Looks like, I don't know, some kind of weird piece of pepperoni or something. So that's what it was changed to in the English version. I won't spend too long on the Japanese version. You'll see the logo and then you'll know why it was changed. So that was the Japanese version. And then obviously when they were doing the English version, they were like, yeah, we had to change that. So thankfully they did. Another one, and this one's probably a more popular one, probably more well-known, I guess, a more sought-after Japanese card. So Misty's Tears again is the English version where Squirtle is kindly wiping away her tears. The Japanese version is Misty and Staryu. However, Misty is wearing her birthday suit, so you can't really see anything. I don't know, maybe she's just been at one with nature, but it was deemed too inappropriate, so they changed the artwork to Misty and Squirtle. And I believe that the Japanese version is a pretty sought after card. It's a nice collector's piece. So that doesn't sound too inappropriate. Some of the top cards in the set, as we saw already, Blaine's Charizard is probably the top card in the set, especially if you can get that first print with the error. We have Rocket Zapdos. We have Rocket's Mewtwo again. Very vintage looking artwork. It's just pretty cool to look at. And again, why are we not getting those hollow foils in today's? I don't know. We got Misty's Gyarados, pretty sick Gyarados. Giovanni's Gyarados, also a sick Gyarados. and then we have Erica's Venusaur. Again, look, these are just little quick videos I'm going to pop up now and again whenever I divulge myself into card market and TCG player and Bulbapedia, which are my sources. So I'm going to obviously link them down below. I enjoy this stuff. If you do too, please let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.